Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, One Rental at a Time, back with the man, myth, the legend, and somebody who's helping One Rental at a Time fans every day, Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Yeah, we might as well plug it up front. Greatmortgagebroker.com. If you want good advice, let us know where you're at, how we can help. And another quick plug for, look at that studio behind you, man. Just coming together nicely.
Fancy. I'm having fun. I'm like, what do I put on the shelf now? Like, yeah. It's fun to think about.
It's fun. It's cool. Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, one of the things we were talking about off camera is good old boy MeetKevin, the man with $20 million in cash now, is jumped on the crash videos. And I think he put out a video just the other day. I have not watched it. You have seen it, where basically he is parroting the standard rule of rates go up 1%, real estate will crash 10% nonsense.
Yeah. And in fairness, he said a lot of stuff. That was one of the things I disagreed with. A lot of the stuff I did agree with, because 20,000 or besides 20 million cash, the guy's got 20 million in real estate. So the guy is a big fan of real estate. That's where he started.
Yeah.
Is, real estate agent / investor. I think he's on the spectrum of fear mongering, not that far towards, a FUD type of person who says markets are all crashing. But one thing I pulled out of it that it makes me crazy when people say it is interest rates go up 1%, housing goes down 10%. Like, it's just not true. Yeah. For a number of reasons. The first one being there's multiple things that go into real estate prices, right? And it's not just like interest rate is this, prices do this. No, there's supply and demand, there's buyer sentiment, there's all kinds of things that we have to factor in, not just the rate.
Well, here's the deal. Kevin wasn't even born in the 70s. The 1970s show how just irrational this assumption is. Rates went up in the 70s, 600 basis points, 6%, which again, given this logic, means prices should have fallen 60%. And it didn't happen. Property actually went up, because what people aren't talking about today, and Kevin's not old enough to remember this or has read about it yet, is wage inflation. Why is inflation raging right now? Is because of wages. Why can people buy more housing? Because wages are up. We live in a payment-based society. Rates went up 600 basis points. Properties doubled in a decade. That's not supposed to happen because wages went up 88 or 91% or something. It is far more complex than this. What I want to tell people all the time when I hear this nonsense about go up 1% and it falls 10% is, if that is true, when ice cream sales go up, murders go up. There's this thing called correlation and causation. Think about that. When does ice cream go up? In the summer. When do murders go up in the cities? In the summer. Just how it seems to work, right? More people are out, more people are getting into trouble. Are murders caused by ice cream sales? No, they just
police officers should stand in front of Leatherby's and just do not let folks in.
Yeah, just close all ice cream stores. It's mind-boggling. And then a lot of people point to Kevin specifically points to Q4 2018. He talks about his market of LA being down 12%. It didn't happen. That's nowhere in the charts. There's not a chart that you can show me that shows LA County going down 12% in a quarter. It's maybe bad memory, but if you could show me a chart, I'd love to see it, because I know he says it, but just because someone says it doesn't make it true.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I think for me, for a simple-minded me who wants to, even for people that haven't been around for decades, if you want a simple example, I literally had a comment in my YouTube channel that said, quick plug, Matt the Mortgage Guy on YouTube, go check it out. When rates go to 5%, it's game over for real estate. And I was like, incorrect. The previous 2018 is not that far ago, proved that was false. You can look at the end of 17 to the end of 18, and rates for all intents and purposes went from 4% to 5%.
They did.
They've already gone up 1%, and we can't say that it doesn't have an effect on real estate, because I think that it hasn't played out yet, right?
Yeah, of course.
But if we look back at that 1% increase where rates went all the way to 5%, the effect it had on real estate for my pea brain, just looking at a chart, median sales price of houses, it made real estate kind of flatten out, right?
Did.
And, I don't know what the final numbers were for 18 and 19, but, 5%, 7% home price appreciation, a lot calmer than we've seen today. Because then you see 2020 when rates go down and it's just off to the races for real estate prices, right? But to think that rates going to 5% is going to end, it's going to cause a crash, it's going to have this dramatic effect on real estate is just, we don't have to look back that far to say that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Will it slow things down? I'm sure it will. Will it cause, things to go from 15, 17 home price appreciation down to 5%, a truthful, like healthy level? I hope so. And probably, right? But a 30% crash because rates go to 5% is just not in the cards. And one thing to think about for everybody is there's more than one or two variables here, right? It's not like rates this, real estate prices this. There's supply and demand and all the other things that go into it that we got to look at. So, I try to keep things simple. And on my channel, that's all I do is like, if my simple brain can understand it, I hope you can too. Let's look back at the last time rates went to 5%. Did real estate crash and crumble? No.
Yeah. So I've been doing this for 20 some odd years. I was buying deals with 6, 7%. I've actually bought property with 12% hard money loans. So I've been doing this quite a while. And what happens when rates go up fast is transactions slow. They do. Right. And again, when the mortgage rate got all the way up to, I think it was 16.5% in 83, did real estate crash? Nope. Real estate transactions crashed. They fell 50%. That's a crash. Values didn't change because of wages. Wages were up. Folks, we are in a wage inflation cycle. If wages were flat or negative, yeah, we'd have a problem. But that's just not the world we're in today. By everything I'm looking at, wages are up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9%. Maybe they're not for you, but again, mortgages are built on, the community of buyers. So wages are up. It's just
right. Yeah, and I mean, everybody's got something to point to where they think that this whole imbalance of supply versus demand gets fixed overnight. Some people say foreclosures. Some people say there's more building than ever. And, they've got a multitude of things to point to. I think that one, we've already seen people coming out of forbearance are not foreclosing. The data is clear.
Just not there.
If you want a fear monger, say, oh, look at foreclosure numbers. They're up 30%. Oh yeah. They're up from a period where you couldn't foreclose.
Yeah. They're up 87%.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You look at it versus the same time period in 2020, January or 2020 of 19, and we're actually down like 50+% on foreclosures. And so that's not going to help. The building, although it's happening more than it has in the past, it's still not enough. Right.
And it's not coming online. Builders just came out yesterday, home builders survey, talking about garage doors, windows, and cabinets. They're having months of dead days. So yeah, an in-process home is not make it livable.
Right. And then the funny part is too, people are like, all this building that's going on, this stuff's going to hit the market. It's going to flood the market with inventory. If you don't know how it works, I'll give you a quick sneak peek.
They're already sold.
3, 6, 9, 12 months before they're built, they're sold.
Yeah. It's not
completely sold out. It's
not empty inventory.
Right. Yeah. They don't wait until it's like, okay, we're done. Who wants one? And then 400 houses come on the market, right? Yeah, like everyone has been spoken for 180 days before the thing is livable.
Yeah. It's funny. I do find it really interesting that MeetKevin, I've actually seen him go from Kathy Wood to Peter Schiff. Kathy Wood, right, where he was buying all these crazy stocks with high valuations and no earnings, sold out of that. Now he's got Peter Schiff. He's buying gold and stuff. It's really interesting. So he's gone from one extreme to the other for sure.
Yeah, I haven't watched as much of his stuff lately. I've always enjoyed him. Seems like great dude, but I feels like with all this turbulence in the market, he might be spinning out a little bit right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I told him, I think I did a video on it. I was like, Kevin, dude, you need to take a week off and get away from this because you're on tilt. And if you ever played poker, going on tilt's not a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Well, let's plug greatmortgagebroker.com again, because again, you're helping people in my community every day, which I appreciate. And if you're even working with someone else and you want a second opinion, reach out to his team. How do you want them to do that?
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com. Yeah. And like Mike said, just let us know where you're at, how we can help. If you're working with somebody else, sometimes it's just us saying, yep, it looks good.
Yeah.
Or other times it's saying, well, it doesn't seem right. You know, I talked to more people and I think I surprised people. I talked to someone this weekend and I said, you know, they had been working with a mortgage broker that helped them with 5 deals last year. I said, I think you're set. They've got all your stuff. Ask this question and that question. And let me know on Monday or Tuesday if you want to circle back with us, but they should be able to take care of you. Got all the same stuff I've got. Here's the 2 questions you want to ask.
There you go. Very cool. Thanks, buddy, for all you do. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.
Uh-huh.